Today we are going to learn how to draft and cut a two-piece sleeve, also known as a jacket sleeve. This method is quite simple, super fast and easy. You're welcome back to the channel. My name is Oyindamola and this is 401 Styling. To make a two-piece sleeve, also known as a jacket sleeve, you're going to need your basic long sleeve, just like the one I have here. If you do not know how to draft a basic sleeve, you can kindly check the description box. I have a link to the video on how to draft and cut a basic sleeve. In that video, I used two different methods to draft a basic sleeve, so kindly check it out. Here I have all my tools that I'm going to be needing for this project. So I have my tape, my scissors, my ruler and my tape measure. Then I have my already made long sleeve pattern. So if you do not have your basic sleeve pattern, just go ahead and draft a new one. And I also have a marker pen. So when you are drafting your basic sleeve pattern, make sure that you have all your lines visible, just like I have mine here. Your important points like your bicep line, your elbow line and the center line is really important. Then make sure you go ahead and label your pattern in a way that you're going to understand. Then another thing now is to differentiate between the front and the back. Okay, so here I already differentiate when I was drafting the pattern, but I'm still going to go ahead and mark again, because by the time we flip over this pattern, we will need to differentiate as well, so that we don't get confused. So that's why I'll go ahead and mark my pattern like so. So I already indicate the front and the back. So what I want to do now is to fold the side towards the center line. So when you are drafting your basic sleeve pattern, you should have the center line, or you just go ahead and draw the lines when you are drafting yours. So I'm going to fold it towards the center line, just like you see me doing. This is the reason why you need to indicate the front and the back. So when you are doing this, you need to take your time to fold it carefully. Then as you can see, the lines, as you can see, the markings that I did earlier is showing on the other side. Alright, so in case you are not making use of a transparent paper, just go ahead and write or label as many times as possible. After folding the two sides, the next thing I'm going to do is to tape down the center, just like you see me doing. So unlike our regular basic sleeve that has just one joining on the underarm, this jacket sleeve you have two sides. We have upper arm, then we have lower arm. So this fold that I have here is going to be the underarm, while the one at the one below is going to be the upper arm, this side. So this is how your hand or your arm is going to enter. So this is what the sleeve will look like by the time you're done. So we are going to have our joining on two sides instead of one side that we used to have our regular joining. So it's going to be by these sides. Okay, so after this, now the next thing, if you do not want your joining to be exactly at this edge, we are going to go in by half an inch from both sides, so that the joining can move a little bit to under the arm. So I'm going to go ahead and mark 0.5 inches on both sides, starting from this top edge to the sleeve length, just like you see me doing. Then I'm going to connect with a straight line. Then I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side of the sleeve. So on this line now is where we are going to be cutting out the underarm. Okay, so our joining is going to be under the arm. It's not going to be directly by the sides. It will not be very obvious. So the next thing we want to do now is work on the elbow line. So if you do not have your elbow line on the other side, or you are not using a transparent paper, simply make use of your tracing wheel like I have here to trace out the elbow line on the underarm, so that it will show on the upper arm, so that we'll be able to trace out the line and we'll work on the line, because you are going to be slashing through the elbow line to create the arm effect on our sleeve. After cutting out the pattern like so, you are going to separate the two. So this is why it is important for you to label your patterns, because you are going to be dividing the pattern and we are going to be flipping it over. So if you do not have your labeling, you might just misplace, or you just join the wrong side. So now we are going to work on this elbow line. We are going to be slashing from the back to the front. Okay, we are going to be slashing from the back line towards the front line on the elbow line. So this is why we need to trace out our elbow line when we are drafting our pattern. So the slashing and spreading will be on the back alone. That is why I have my back here. So on this line, you are going to slash through the elbow line, but make sure you do not cut through. Then you are going to come in with another piece of paper to place under this. Then you are going to spread it by 0.5 or 0.75. But before you do that, you're going to tape down one side of this pattern paper, preferably the upper part. Then after taping, you measure your 0.5 or 0.75. Then you are going to tape it down. After taping, you are going to blend it in by the side by using your marker pen to connect the lines. Then you are going to trim off the excess paper. On the back pattern as well, you are going to go ahead to do the same thing. Slash from the back line, slash from the back, open up the back alone a little bit with the same measurement you use for the front, 0.5 or 0.75. Then you are going to tape it down, blend it in, and trim off the excess paper. So with this, we are done with the pattern, the front and the back. So if you want to join it, you are going to join the back side to the back and the front to the front. So the areas that you slash and spread is going to be the same thing, of course, because you use the same value to spread it. So guys, that will be all for this tutorial. In my next tutorial, we are going to be transferring our pattern to the fabric. We cut and sew our two-piece sleeve. So please, if you find this video helpful, kindly click on the like button, click on the subscribe button to join the family. It's very free. Turn on the notification bell so that whenever I drop a new video, you'll be the first person to know. Until next time that we meet in my next tutorial, bye bye and take care of yourself.